Wow, I'm actually filming. What a miracle. So today I have a lot of products to try out, and I figured that instead of doing like a bunch of separate videos reviewing and giving you guys my thoughts on every single product launch, I figured it would just be better for everyone and more time efficient if I just did trying a bunch of new products all in one video. And I'm not going to do like a full face of first impressions, so I'm just gonna call this like trying new products. I have a lot of products and I don't have every single step, so I'm just gonna try out some products, tell you guys what I think about them, and yeah, some stuff I'm really excited to try out. Other stuff I'm like, alright, we'll try it. I have a lot of stuff to try out from Ofra, Wet n Wild, Pixi, Thrive Cosmetic, and the new Pacifica foundation, so let's just get started. I have a lip scrub that I wanted to try out. It's from Wet n Wild, but my lips are like a disaster right now. My lips are like bleeding and like really messed up. The weather is a little weird right now. It's been cold in LA, and before you come for me saying that you don't even know what cold is, you live in LA. I'm from Buffalo, New York, so I know what cold is. And it's been a little chilly lately. It's been getting down to almost the 30s at night, so that's cold. And we don't have indoor heating. We just have little heaters, so not cute. So this is the Wet n Wild Tint of Corruption. This is a lip balm, so I just figured why not try it on. This is what it looks like. It's very dark. It goes on. Oh, wow. Wow. Do you see how much darker my bottom lip is? Oh my god, I love that. Wow. I'm actually impressed by that tint. If you guys are looking for a tinted lip balm, like if you're not looking to like actually do a lot of makeup, look at that, how cool. It's like completely clear. That is, wow, I like that. I actually like that a lot. On days where maybe I'm just running out of the house and I don't want to put on any makeup, that's really good. I like that. I already have on my skincare and my Osea Atmosphere Protection Cream, which I love, by the way, using underneath foundation. Looks so good. But I wanted to also try this Rose Primer Serum from Wet n Wild. Here's what it looks like. I don't know how much to use, so I'm just gonna start off with a couple of drops and then pat that into my skin. Wow, it feels actually like pretty lightweight. It does smell like roses, so if you don't like the smell of roses, keep that in mind. This is an entire rose collection. I personally really like the smell of roses and like rose scented things. I'm just gonna take a little tiny bit more and then put it on my forehead area. And then I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Cucumber 3-in-1 Primer Water. I do really like their other primer waters, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this one. And I was watching Katie, aka Katie Snack, aka my BFF on YouTube. Someone sent me a DM the other day and they were like, you remind me a lot of Katie Snack. And I'm like, thank you. But I think this was her favorite scent, so I went with this one. I'm just gonna take my wet, dampened, moist Beauty Blender. Listen to that garbage truck. How awesome! Thank you so much! Please like this video if you don't like the word moist. I don't care. I don't mind it. I really don't mind any word, if I'm being honest. No word, unless it's like the N-word. That's not a good word to hear. But other than that, I mean, obviously, like, there's some other derogatory slurs that I don't enjoy, but other than that, words don't really bother me. I'm going to go in with this Pacifica All Light Clean Foundation. And I color matched myself. I am in the shade 34 Neutral Light. This is like, it meshes well with my undertones, and it just seemed to work the best with my skin tone. And it's like the 6th down as far as like fairness goes, so I don't know how that happened. If it oxidizes, I'm sorry, but I did have this on my face for like a couple hours and it looked like my skin. So I'm assuming that this is my match. Everyone has been raving about this. I was gonna do an entire review about it, but there's like so many reviews out there, so I'm just going to try it on for the first time ever on camera. And it's oil-free, anti-shine, and it has a satin finish. Of course, everything Pacifica is 100% vegan and cruelty-free. and it has clean ingredients, so let's just go ahead and try this out. Everyone has been raving about this. I'm just gonna take 2 pumps and then just go in with my beauty blender. Usually I do my eyes first, but for the sake of the video, see, this actually looks like my undertones, or at least it's like the closest to my undertones. Let me zoom you guys in. Hopefully it looks good on camera, because when I said that I was a shade, I don't think that people believed me. But when I put it on my face and like blended it down my neck compared to all the other shades, it actually looked the nicest. Now, what some people are saying about this foundation is that it reminds them of the Born This Way foundation. If you guys don't know, I was not the biggest fan of the Born This Way foundation, and I feel like they didn't have my shade anyway, so I just kind of like forgot about it. But I have very high hopes about this foundation, and I'm a full coverage bitch, so like I really love full coverage, full everything foundation. And I know that this one is going to be like a little bit more chill and probably not as full coverage. I think that you can build it up to a like more full coverage, but I really like a mask. But I know that most people aren't into a mask of foundation, so I got you. I understand. I think it just has to do with like having oily skin and having like age spots and stuff. So like honestly, it could be a little bit more like neutral or like yellow, but for the most part, this is the best match that we're gonna get. They did launch 30 shades. I think it's a good start. Of course, I think that the shade range can be improved and some more undertones can be added, but for the most part, for the first time as a first foundation launch, like they did a pretty good job of the shade range. And I know a lot of people were mad at me. That's what I feel. Now, the concealers. I feel I'm gonna try these, but I know it's not really gonna work out in my favor because they are not light enough. They definitely need to expand their concealers, but I'm gonna go ahead in anyway. This is like not much lighter. Like this is probably going to oxidize to my exact shade, but whatever. So I think I did a better job of like explaining what I meant by saying that it has a good shade range for being a first foundation launch over on my stories, but a lot of people got it twisted, but it's okay. Of course, talking about shade range is like super important. So that's that. I'm just going to go in with my, oh, you know what? Which one was I using? I think this is the, okay, so I think that was 18 Warm Light. I'm just gonna go in with the 20, which I actually think is the lightest one, which still doesn't look that light. But it's okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to put concealer everywhere that I would normally put concealer, and then go in with a magic weapon, and that is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the white shade. And then just go ahead and dot that on a little bit so we can manipulate that shade a little bit. So as I was saying, like obviously shade range is like super important, but for a green beauty brand, I feel like they did a really good job. And when I was like taking the photos for my Instagram, I was like, these do not translate to how they actually look in real life. And a lot of people thought that they were much lighter than they really are. And they do have a frosted glass bottle, which does not translate that well on camera, and it also makes the foundation from the outside look like it's a lot lighter. So all I want to say about that is before you guys judge the foundation and you think, I'm not gonna have a foundation match, try and find your shade in person because you might actually be surprised at how many options there are. But I know if I were going by a picture, then I would probably think the same thing as well. Honestly, I would not steer my followers in any way that I didn't think was going to benefit them, you know what I mean? By saying that it has like a decent shade range. Like, I wouldn't have said that if I thought that like no one could find their foundation match, but I really think that they did a pretty decent job. Okay, so moving on, what should I do next? I might move on to my eyes, and I have quite a few products that I want to try. I want to try this new Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Creme Liquid Eyeshadow, and I think this is maybe like, oh wait, this is the cream, this is the shimmer. So they have different, they used to have like just metallic, I think. I'm gonna try this one and kind of use it as like a base on my eye and see how that works. Ooh, it's a little bit darker than my skin tone. I'm just gonna take my finger first. Okay, so it's pretty much like a tiny bit darker than my skin tone. So if you're around my skin tone, I think that you could make this work. If you're darker than me, this is going to be a little light if you're using it as a base. But they do have a lot of different options for these cream eyeshadows. I'll show you. So this is the one that I'm using, which I felt like was the lightest one. Motherfucker. So this one I felt like was the lightest one, and then these ones over here are a little bit darker. So if you guys have a deeper skin tone than I do, then I think that these might work out for you well, unless you're using it as like a highlight kind of shade, or if you're looking to like brighten up the look on your eyes, in which case I feel like these would work very well. I do really like the cream eyeshadows that I've tried from Wet n Wild, so I have high hopes. Pixi sent me these two eyeshadow palettes, and I'm not sure if they're new, but they are vegan. And I have an entire new vegan Pixi list over on my blog. If you guys are interested, I will link that down below. Ooh, this is nice. It's like almost completely all shimmers. This is the Eye Reflection Shadow Palette in Reflect Light. And then this one came broken, sadly. This is the Natural Beauty Palette. So this is like more cool tone, and then this one is all like shimmers. So I definitely want to give one of those a try. I have a few of these waterproof and sweat-proof eyeshadows from Wet n Wild as well, and I want to use them on my eyes. Oh yeah, I have this eyeshadow brush, which is from Wet n Wild, and it's like a rose. So I thought that was really cute. So I'm like the worst YouTuber in the whole freaking world. I just had to like delete everything off my memory card. So here I am. I don't remember what I was talking about. I want to use this little rose brush. I think that's what I was talking about. But what I will say is that you see this little like rose cup part? You can't like use it like that. It has to be like that. So this is going to be really tricky to use, but I'm going to try it anyway. And I'm just going to go in with the Pixi palette that's broken in one of these shades and I have to be really careful, but I'm gonna go in with this shade over here, soft brown. I'm just going to swirl that around. And then, by the way, this cream shadow really does like crease, so I've just been taking my beauty blender and like, I'm not sure if it's the concealer or the foundation or if it's the shadow that's creasing, but it's creasing. So I'm just gonna take that and just throw that in. Ooh, this is hard. This is a hard brush to work with. It's still really cute, but honestly, okay, it's not that bad. It's just not a very big brush. It's kind of a pain to actually work with. I think if you are a makeup collector, rather than using it for anything that's useful, I mean, honestly, I'm not sure how much these are. I'm going to look up the price and then put everything on the screen. If it's only a few bucks, then if you want it for your like vanity or something, I think that's really cute. As far as usefulness, this ain't it, fam. So I'm gonna go in with a different fluffy brush. I'm just gonna go in with this Wet n Wild brush. I love this brush and it's like $2. This is like the crease brush and I'm just gonna go in with that soft brown color as well and just kind of swirl that around my crease just to make it a little bit more even. Cute. Perfect. I'm not sure where I'm trying to go with the eye look, but I kind of want to use as many things as possible. I also wanted to use this liquid catsuit. It is a shimmer. I really like their metallics, so I have high hopes for this one. They are not the easiest formula to work with, I will say that, but I do really like them. So I think before I'm going to do that though, I'm going to go in with this little tiny Luxie brush. This is a tapered blending brush. And I'm just going to go in with a deeper shade here. Because it's broke, I can't really tell what's a shimmer and what's a matte shade, but I'm going to go in with this color. It's called Chocolate Brown. Perfect. And just go in with a little Luxie brush. This is the small tapered blending brush. And just kind of put that on my outer crease. Pixi shadows are like good, but I don't think that they're like my most favorite formula. I do really like the Colourpop ones and they're way more affordable than the Colourpop ones. Or than the Pixi ones rather, but they're nice. If you guys are looking for an eyeshadow palette, just maybe get it in store and then maybe it won't be broken. But like I think everyone's broke during shipping when they sent it out for PR, so maybe they took note of that. But I'm also not even sure if this is like a new product or not. And then I'm going to go in with this shimmer liquid catsuit in the shade Golden Luxie, and first I'm going to put it straight on and I might go in with a brush if I need to. This is like a good combination of like silver and gold. It's really pretty. I love these kind of liquid eyeshadows. I love the Pixi ones, I love the Wet n Wild ones, and I like the Lime Crime ones. I think those are the only ones that I've tried, but I really like them all. I'm just gonna go in with a brush. This is the MOTD Pigment Packer brush, and I'm just gonna take some on there. Build that up a little bit. So update with the dog next door, if you guys can hear the dog. We recently got a letter in the mail from our neighbors because one of our neighbors, who always complains about everything, complained about the dog. And the dog is from a no-kill shelter, which is really cute. But yeah, they were basically like apologizing for the dog barking, saying that she was a rescue, she had a hard life. So now instead of being annoyed every time I film, now I'm like, oh well, she's had a hard life. And she's from a no-kill shelter, like that's awesome. So I will say that this does kind of have to be built up a little bit, which I don't mind. Most liquid eyeshadows are like this, where you kind of have to build them up a little bit, but it's still gorgeous. I'm just gonna take a little tiny brush and just kind of fix the top of that where it got a little bit out of hand. You can also go in on top as well with the shimmer color, which I might do because I may as well just try a lot of things today. I'm gonna go in with this other Pixi palette in Reflect Light, and I think I'm gonna take these two on the outside and just kind of mix them together on another flat brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush, just to kind of set that down. Oh yeah, that like brings out the pigment. It doesn't look as glittery, but you know what? It gets the job done. I love doing this kind of an eye look. And then what I like doing also is going back in with that shade that I went on the outer part of my eye with the same little brush and just kind of mixing those two together just to make it look more blended. I'm gonna do an upper, what is that called? Brow bone highlight? I never do a brow bone highlight. I just feel like it's not really necessary. This is a Sigma E15 brush and it does have a little bit of matte white eyeshadow on there. I'm just gonna go in with this same color right here and then just highlight my brow bone with that, because why not? The foundation looks really actually nice. I just always take a beauty blender and like get out all the creases before I completely set it, because I set it at like the very last minute. But anyway, I'm gonna move on to brows. And I did receive this from Thrive Cosmetics. This is the Instant Brow Fix, and it's a semi-permanent eyebrow gel. And you guys know, well, if you don't know, I don't love like doing full Instagram brows as much anymore. I just like taking a brow gel, so I'm really excited to use this. It has such an interesting little applicator. And just see how this looks. I've been actually using mascara on my brows lately. Just a plain black mascara, and I really like it. Actually, Cindy taught me that trick in the last Get Ready With Us that we did. So this actually has some interesting ingredients in it, and I will read them to you. So far, I don't think that my brows look that much different, so I think I'm gonna go in with a pomade just to like add a little bit of something something, because if we're gonna do full glam, you know, we have to do full glam. So I think I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera with some products that I do normally use anyway. Let me read you a little bit about this brow gel. It says that it's semi-permanent and it instantly tints, fills, and defines for fuller looking brows. It is smudge proof and it lasts all day. And then it says as a tip to swipe over gray roots for a touch-up in between salon trips. So that's cool if you have a natural colored hair. But before I do my brows off camera, I'm just gonna go in with the same, so I think it was called Soft Brown, and this little Luxie brush, and just define the little bit of my under eye. Then I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for my inner corner. Actually, what I'm gonna do, if you guys have the Pastel Goth palette in your collection, what I've been doing that I really like, and I'm not like endorsing Kat Von D or anything, I'm just saying a lot of us have a lot of makeup and it's nice to actually use what we have. So I've been using the white in there as an inner corner kind of little moment there, and I really like it. This white is like super pigmented, and I have the palette anyway. It was limited edition, but I'm just saying if you have it anyway and it's just sitting there and you don't use it, I've actually been using it for this white shade. So just saying. I know that a lot of people canceled Kat. If you still have her products like I do, then why not use them? I'm not gonna throw them all away, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go do my brows off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back with some Instagram brows after I said I don't want and I don't like to do Instagram brows. Here we are. What I did is I just went in with my normal pomade and then did all that, and then I actually went in again with the Instant Brow Fix and I put on another layer, and it actually layered really well. And not only that, a lot of brow gels, when you put them on and then put other products on top of that, they get weird and they don't work. This actually did really well with other products, so I'm really actually impressed with this brow gel, and I like the color. So this is the color Serena, which is a dark brunette to black, and I do not have like brunette hair, but my hair is very cool toned, so I do have to cater to them in that way, because if I use something too warm, like this is the shade Audrey, and it is dark blonde to medium brunette, but I think it might just be a tad too warm, which is why I opted for this one. Anyway, I'm going to set my face now, and I'm going to use the Milani Translucent Light to Medium Powder. If you guys don't know about this powder, it's really good. So I will say about this foundation, it is looking really nice, but you do need to set it. I've had to go in. If I wasn't filming, like it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I would just like set it, but I do prefer to do my eyebrows before I set my foundation because I just think it makes it look better. So that's the one thing that I am noticing about this foundation, is that it does crease, but it does look really nice. It's not too sticky either. I'm a little bit shook. Honestly, this foundation is having me a little shook. So I'm gonna go in with this palette, and I have used this once before, but it's pretty new to me. This is the Gilded palette from Ofra. Oh my god, this is so nice. I'm going to go in with the bronzers and kind of contour with that and just kind of like mix those two together. I might regret it because it might be a little bit too warm for me. I'm just gonna start right up here and then place down the most product and then bring it down like that. I feel like using that technique, it makes like using a warmer product easier to work with. And I say that and then it got too warm. Oh well, whatever. It's fine. I'm not really, I don't think I'm doing anything today, so use a lighter hand. Use the lighter hand that I'm using if you are fair. Anyway, if you're darker than me, then this would probably work out better, honestly. Oh, and by the way, this is the Wet n Wild P65 brush. I love using this for contour. I usually don't contour with the bronzer, but for the sake of your using new products video, this is what we're doing, fam. Wow, this looks awful on my nose. Oh man. Honestly, I probably let the foundation just sit there for way too long. So that's that. And then I want to use a blush. This is the only blush that I have and I'm scared to use it. It's Wet n Wild and it says that it transforms to a berry color, but it's a cream blush. Look at that. It's so pretty. But I'm afraid of putting it over the foundation that I set, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to go in with one of my favorite brushes. This is the setting brush from Real Techniques and I'm going to highlight with it, and I'm just going to take a combination of these two. They're so pretty. I think it's a blush. Whatever. Oh yeah, that's a blush. So I'm just gonna put that. Wow, how fucking pretty is that? I'm obsessed. Oh my, that got a little bit out of hand. Oh well. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Wow. I'm going to take my brush with the translucent powder and just kind of go over that to kind of soften it up a little bit because it got a little much. But it's really freaking pretty. It's very pigmented though. That whole palette is very pigmented. I'm really excited to use this highlight. I bought a couple of these shades in stores and I couldn't find this one, so I'm really excited that Wet n Wild sent this to me. Oh my god, these are so pretty. I've used one of them and I had to like tone it down because it was a little bit too dark for me, so I had to mix it with something else, but it's so pretty. These are so nice. These are totally worth the hype. This is the loose highlighter and this is in the shade I'm So Lit, I think it's called. Yeah, I'm So Lit. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in the lid. I'm gonna use this Highlight and Glow brush by Royal and Nickel. Oh my god, look at that. Are you joking? For a drugstore highlighter? Are you joking? This is like $5. I bought them, but I bought a couple of them, but then this one I was sent in PR, but holy wow. This is so good. If you are fair like me, I think this is a really good shade for you. If you are darker than me, they have other shades that would work for you. What I really like to do is to just go right here. Oh yeah, make me look a little sweaty. I used to hate a highlight on my forehead and now I'm like all about that life. I'm just going to go off camera for a second and do my tight line in my eyeliner and I will be right back. So I'm done with my eyeliner. I tight lined and I put a little bit of exit liner from Colourpop on my bottom waterline. I've been really into this huge graphic liner kind of moment. I don't know if it's even right now, but we're just gonna go with it. So I wanted to use this brush for the blush. It is the Wet n Wild one as well, and it also has like that the rose that comes up really far, so I'm not sure how good this is going to be for blush, and Lord knows I don't need any more blush on right now, so I'm still curious about that one. But I think if it's anything like the little brush, then maybe I don't want to use it anyway. I have so many mascaras to try. It's really awesome that there's so many vegan mascaras to come out recently. So Covergirl did launch this Exhibitionist and the Exhibitionist Waterproof, which is awesome that Covergirl is coming out with vegan products and that they're cruelty free, but the fact that they are coming out with vegan products as well is just like mind-blowing. And then Milani did come out with a couple of new mascaras. This is the highly rated mascara, and then they have the most wanted lashes as well. And if you guys are interested in an entire vegan Milani list, then you can just go to my blog. I will leave it down below. I have a ton of vegan lists on there, so definitely check that out. I did buy a bunch of Colourpop mascaras in all different colors. There's only a few colors that are not vegan. I'm going to try the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara because I think this is the first Covergirl product that I've tried since like high school. So I'm really excited to put this on. And it's really cool that there's a waterproof mascara. Oh wow, this looks really freaking nice. Like, I'm not even that shook because I think that that Covergirl is a good brand. I don't know. I don't really know anything about them, but I just assume that they're a pretty good brand. Like, people buy their stuff. Yeah, it's drugstore, but they've been around forever, so I feel like they have to have like some really good products. Okay, so not only for a drugstore mascara, but for a vegan mascara, this is really good. I am shook. Vegan mascara like 10 years ago was like so unheard of. And now the fact that there's this many options is so freaking cool. So I really like that mascara. I'm really impressed with that. I really like that a lot. Next, I'm going to go in. I repurchased the BFF3 pencil from Colourpop. I love their lip pencils. They're like my favorite lip liners in the whole wide world. The lip balm got a little crusty dusty. I'm gonna put on a little bit more of it actually because my lips are so freaking chapped. It's disgusting. This weather is like killing me. My lips were like bleeding yesterday. Is that TMI? This is going to manipulate the color a little bit, but I don't care. I'd rather my lips were a little bit softer. So I'm really excited about this next product. I'm so stoked about it. This is the Liquid Catsuit High Shine Lipstick. The matte ones were a little bit hard for me to work with. I didn't feel like they were the best formula, but I'm really excited about this one. It has some color. This is in the shade Send Nudes. Oh no, I love a good nude. And I'm just excited to have like a nice comfortable lipstick on today. Just heaven knows. I don't know why I keep saying that. My lips are dry and crusty, so thank you Wet n Wild for having a beautiful gloss that's not gonna dry the living crap out of my lips. Make that pop. Make that tongue pop. I'm gonna go put on some false lashes, but before I do that, I'm gonna take this Ofra makeup fixer, and it's the first time I've ever used this. I've seen this so many times and I've always wanted to try it. So I'm just going to put this on before I put on some lashes. Oh my god, that smells so good. Probably overdid it because I was a little excited, but it's okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put on some false lashes. Maybe I'll fix this eyeliner a little bit, make it a little bit more matte with some shadow, and I will be right back with the final finished look and all my thoughts on all these products. Okay, so I'm back. 2 hours after starting my makeup. I am so slow at doing these, and of course it's probably gonna seem like normal time to you guys, but it's been a long time since I started. So I use the Creepy Cute palette. I use this void color to go over my eyeliner to make that more pigmented and opaque. I told Chloe that we need a huge giant size of this because it's so good and it's like the best black ever. But anyway, it does have fallout, so I do have a little bit of fallout on my face, which is why I usually do my eyes completely first and then do my face. But I didn't do that today, so that's what we're dealing with right now. Hopefully you guys don't notice. So let's just talk about the products that I used. So this Wet n Wild lip balm I really liked a lot. And I think it's really cool. It gives your lip a little bit of a tint, and it also feels really nice on your lips. Wet n Wild is affordable, and vegan lip balms are hard to come by, so the fact that you can find one at the drugstore is pretty cool too. And then this serum, this rose primer serum, I really liked. It wasn't too overpowering in scent. I also feel like my skin feels really nice and like moisturized. My skin has kind of transformed from being oily to normal, and I feel like it's from the help of like things like this and keeping my skin nice and moisturized. It creates less oil. And then this primer water I also really enjoyed. I always really like primer sprays, and I feel like it just makes your makeup look better, especially if you apply something like this in between layers. So I really like that, and I think it's a good alternative to the Smashbox primer water. Next is the foundation. I love this stuff. I think it looks really nice, and it's not like a full coverage like the Marc Jacobs, for example, because you can still see my beauty mark, but it has a really nice coverage, and I actually really like it. And I feel like maybe I should give more natural coverage foundations a shot because this one actually looks really good and it's really affordable. So if you guys are in the market for a new foundation, I would really recommend that one. Anyway, the concealers, it's not like my favorite concealer in the world. If they have your shade, cool, but if they don't, you know, I feel like there's also really good drugstore concealers out there. The cream liquid eyeshadow, I feel like I'm not going to reach for this all that often. I use different bases on my eyes anyway, so this isn't probably one that I'm going to grab for, but I did really like the shimmer liquid eyeshadow from Wet n Wild. Oh my god, I use so many products. Wow. The Thrive Cosmetics brow gel, if you are in the market for a brow gel, I'm actually really curious about using this for the long run and if it helps my brows in the long run, which it seems like it's pretty promising. But anyway, I really like this stuff. Next is the Wet n Wild highlighter. I love this stuff. I've used it before and it's amazing. They have so many colors for multiple skin tones and I would highly recommend this highlighter. Next, the Ofra Collab. I adore these two shades so much and I just think it looks so like pretty, almost natural, but also you can like really like build it up and make it look also like bam in your face. I really like this palette. I do have a discount code with them if you guys are interested in buying it, so you can save some money. I think if they came out with these two in like individual, which maybe they don't, I don't think that they do, but if they came out with these two individually, I think I would like that a lot more because honestly I'm probably not going to get a huge use out of the bronzers, but because they're there, I like them. Not like my favorite contour to use or bronzer to use, but the highlight slash blush shades in the palette are really nice. The mascara, this was really good. The Covergirl mascara, I was actually really pleasantly surprised by this. If you guys are looking for a drugstore vegan cruelty-free mascara, I think this is a good one to go for. If you're not looking to spend a ton of money on mascara, I think that's a good one. The palettes from Pixi, they were okay. Like, what do you guys think? Like, how do my eyes look? I wasn't like the biggest fan of them. I think there's definitely better Pixi products out there, but these are nice. I think they're a little pricey, so unless you're like looking for new eyeshadows, you know, I think there's better ones out there on the market, but since I had them, you know, I thought they were fine. The little brush, you guys already know my thoughts on this. I don't love it. I think it's cute. Last but not least, I think this is the last thing that I have to talk about is the High Shine. Oh no, I have two more things to talk about. The High Shine Liquid Catsuit by Wet n Wild. I really like this one. It feels like there's literally like nothing on my lips, but it's also like pretty pigmented and it just feels really nice and luxurious. It's affordable. Wet n Wild honestly like really killed it. With the exception of these brushes, like everything I'm pretty impressed with, which is nice. And then last but not least is the Makeup Fixer by Ofra. I'm going to put this one on my desk and it's going to go in there. It smells really nice. I think that it makes my makeup look like nice and melted on the skin, and it just made everything like come together and look better, and I'm definitely going to be using this on a regular basis. So that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this video wasn't too much of a mess. I don't love doing makeup videos because I feel like it takes forever. It's a lot of energy and like I'm not that good at it. I have to lug all my makeup out of my room and I always have to like go back and forth to my room to try to make it look okay. So yeah, hopefully that you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it so I can continue doing these types of videos. If it is what you guys like, then I'm going to continue to do makeup videos if it's what you want to see. Even though I don't particularly love filming them, I will make it work so you guys have something to go by. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.